Dead weight and
useless girl.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we'll be talking about Big Brother, and the new HOH has been crowned. Who will be up for nominations? Who will rise? Who will fall? And will the power shift this week? Regardless of the fact, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
Alright, y'all, so ZINGBOT is in the building, and yeah, these things that he did to the house guests was everything, okay? So with ZINGBOT Zings, I definitely feel like the editors were having a lot of fun with these, and like the producers were like, you know what? We've been filming this show for about like 60 days. These people have been irritating my fucking nerves. Let's throw some at them. So they called Turner Dirty, Michael Ugly, Monty Boring, called Taylor Icy and Cold. And I was thinking, did ZINGBOT just put death on Terrence? Like, damn. And the Alyssa one was spot on. That she fell out because, yeah, that's a zing. That's crazy. Dead weight and useless. And called Brittany Crazy Eyes. And it's true, because when she's over here like intently listening, her eyes, if you know Housewife anything, Ramona Singer, like literally her eyes light up like it's like a deer in headlights. Like, girl, what's going on? But let's get into the video. So we find out with this HOH, it was an endurance comp. They basically trying to put together like a puzzle. I wouldn't really say endurance comp, but put together this puzzle. They're racing, and Michael wins HOH. And when Michael went HOH, you know, it, like I said in my last video, like he was bound to win something else. I told you that he was bound to win, and I feel like he knew that he had to win, because if he didn't win, he would have been on the block and going home. That's just a fact. So, being that this is a double elimination, this is going to be a hard week for everyone, even Michael, because once that person gets evicted on Thursday, they're going to have another HOH comp, then a double of nomination, power veto, eviction within that whole 2-hour span. So this is about to be just crazy. All right, so in the beginning of the week, Alyssa goes to Michael, and she basically tells him what Kyle told her, that within the leftovers alliance, there was another alliance called the Pound. We all know about this alliance for the longest, so it's nothing new for us, but it's new information for Michael, because he already knew that there were cracks within the leftovers. But now this just confirmed it, because to be honest, Alyssa doesn't have anything to lie about, and his interaction when he talked to Terrence was already sketchy. I feel like Michael, as a attorney, he can pick up on if people are either leaving out information or lying. So I feel like this is a good tactic for Alyssa, because everybody knows that they need to get out Michael. Taylor, Monty, Turner, everyone knows that Michael is the next one that should go out. But Alyssa is good for her, so she can align with Michael, because 9 times out of 10, he's going to win something else again. So Monty has came to the conclusion that he feel like Taylor likes him, and she's like putting up a wall, and I feel like Monty's like trying to find this attraction to Taylor, and he wants to move close. He was like, he's telling Terrence, if there's a girl in the house, or there's a person in the house that I vibe with and I grow close with, you know, I didn't come here for a showmance, but if that happened, I'm open to that aspect and that idea of a showmance. But you know, I like Taylor's vibe, but I just feel she has a wall up, and this, that, and the third. Monty, I think Taylor sees you as a brother, as like somebody that's like, you know, I mean, Joseph's not in the picture, so I mean, maybe that's why Monty's trying to swoop in, but I'm thinking that she just sees you as like, you know, the chill guy, like, oh, you know, Monty, yeah, you know, cool, But my thing is, like, Monty, you had ample opportunity to try to get close to Taylor. Even though Joseph was in the picture, it was a faux man, so it wasn't like that serious. So if you want to create more opportunities to talk to Taylor, to get to know her on this personal level, now is at the end of the game. It just seems like, where is this coming from? Right? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about Monty's sudden interest, or this spike of interest into Taylor? Let me know. But like I said, the nominations are here, and Terrence and Alyssa are up for Eviction. And I think it's kind of weird, because I feel like Michael, within his HOHs, I think this is his third time becoming HOH, and on his HOHs he has targeted very safe players or the majority house target. He never took like a chance. Michael has been HOH on week 5, week 7, and week 9. So every other week, basically, he has become HOH, right? So he has targeted Daniel, he's targeted Jasmine, and now I feel like he's targeting Terrence. And come as a shock, I think this is a good move to target Terrence, because in just reality, I would rather sit next to Alyssa than sit next to Terrence, because I feel like both will be an easy win for Michael, period. But Terrence is a more tricky player, and Terrence has a little bit more strategical prowess than Alyssa. I feel like Alyssa is very much, she could become like a player that people go watch out for, but at this point she is just a dub. And she also said out of her own mouth that it would be better just to sit next to me at the finale. It would be an easy win. Saying this about herself. And I mean, at some point, it just is the truth. It's just like last season, everybody wanted Big D to sit next to him, because regardless of the fact Big D didn't win anything, Big D got carried throughout the whole season, and that's just a fact. And I hear rumors that season 25 is going to be the second chance season. And maybe he come back for a second chance. 9 times out of 10, he probably get carried again. But it is what it is. But yeah, with Alyssa, I'm just like, for her just to be like, well, sitting next to me, just like Cody bringing Derek, because Cody knew he could take out Derek, but he didn't take out Derek. So that I can be that person to sit next to. I get it. Like, she wins $50K. Cool, great, you win something, right? But she didn't earn that, and that's just crazy that she would even say that out of her mouth about herself. Everybody knows, and I feel like they realize, they're having talks amongst themselves, like, regardless of the fact, if we don't get rid of Brittany, the best we'll get is 3rd place. Literally, if Michael is sitting there, Michael's taking Brittany. Brittany is in 2nd place. She wins some money. He carried her all the way through. Boom. I feel like Brittany will be happy to lose to Michael. Cool. But you gotta get Brittany out, because you're playing for 3rd place. That's just that. Now I'm about to segue over to the topic of the cookout. Twitter has been in shambles because of the simple fact of Kyle. A lot of people are calling Kyle racist. I'm not using those words because I don't know his true intentions or not. He made a statement about basically trying to get all the POC individuals out of the house and basically banding all the other people together to form a white alliance. And within that was problematic. So I was looking on Twitter a lot, and I made statements on Twitter where people are over here like, oh, like, you're just like, that's just reverse racism, that with the cookout and stuff. And now my whole thing is, they're missing the entire point of the cookout, right? The cookout could have been a group of any POC race. It could have been a group of 6 Latinx, could have been a group of 6 Middle Eastern people. It could have been a group of like Oriental people, right? There could have been so many different demographics of people that could have been their quote unquote cookout. I would have still supported that movement, because if they see that there's a problem within the system, why wouldn't you want to try to fix it? If someone was like, there's 6 Brazilian people, they're like, oh, I want one of us to finally win. I'm not mad at that. And within the whole situation with the cookout, people, I felt they missed the point that the cookout didn't bulldoze over nobody. The cookout played with respect. And where you looked at all these other all-white alliances, where a lot of people's rebuttals is, well, they formed together because, not because of race, because of commonalities that they wanted to, join in an alliance. But if you look at the earlier seasons, how many POC individuals were on those seasons? Right. 1, 2, maybe on a good day, 3, right? So a commonality within a lot of people, especially, well, I can speak for myself as a black person. So I graduated from a predominantly white college, and when I walk into a classroom and I see someone that looks like me, it gives me a sense of comfort that if I say something or if I come up with a scenario for a theory, someone can relate to it because they've been through that same experiences as me. So it's a cultural thing when it comes down to the bottom, right? Where I feel like a lot of people, we on Big Brother has been marginalized, has been microaggressions against us, have been threatened. And I'm going to do the prime example of Candace. The stuff that Candace and David went through with Gina Marie and Aaron, and even Helen and Andy, that wasn't right. And that moment made me feel like, as a black person, I was like, there's no possible way that I can ever come on the show and win, damn near make it to jury as a black male, because historically, black males didn't do well in the Big Brother house, period. And then black women get threatened all the time. Where a lot of people say, it's not about race, it's not about race. Where I can only speak for my demographic, really, which is African American or LGBTQ plus. And like, a lot of people have to realize, like, they don't want to say, oh, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. But it's like, we live it every day. And it's really a slap in the face that we have people that want to ignore it. And they feel like by ignoring it, they won't be held accountable because they can throw out that, I didn't know, I was ignorant. And like I said in my last video, I'm not here to teach anyone how to treat another human being. I feel like I know how to go out in the world and be a kind person and treat people with respect. Even in the Big Brother game, there is a way you can play with respect. Yeah, everybody talks shit. Yeah, people backstab and do all that. But there comes a point where it's like, to go the extra mile. Like, certain people in this house went the extra mile to make Taylor feel uncomfortable. And, I wish it wasn't Taylor. I wish it was someone else, because everybody's going to basically say, oh, we're trying to protect the black woman. But I feel like everybody sees and saw what Taylor went through. Regardless of the fact, I love this game, Big Brother. I love the fact that it's evolving. And there's a lot of things that I want to see change, and I want to see representation across the board for a lot of individuals. A lot of individuals want to see themselves reflected on these shows, and they want to see people look like them win these shows, because they can. Like, we all have work to do, and it is what it is. I didn't want to make this like a whole diatribe. Sorry. But that just really burned my fucking biscuits. That pissed me off. But who do you guys think is going to go home? I know the segue is crazy, right? Who do you guys think is going home? Do you think Terrence or Alyssa's going to survive the block? The POV's coming up, tomorrow? Or is Turner going to get backdoored? Because we know who's going to win that POV. Like, come on now. We're not dumb. But like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.